I needed a swim this morning to wake up and sober up. That game last night took a lot out of me. Goodness knows how much it took out of a nation. What a night. That was so difficult to watch. I think all day yesterday I was pretty nervous. I knew what a big hurdle it was, like we all did, to get over and to get into our first final in 55 years. Still can't quite believe it. Brilliant to see the scenes. I woke up and had a quick look through some of the posts and pictures and what have you, and my brother said that in Bristol, just car horns tooting everywhere, and just a massive carnival atmosphere. I'm sure it was the same up and down the country. I'm so delighted for everyone. I'm so delighted for English football. I'm so delighted for Gareth Southgate. I'm so delighted for those players. I wish I'd been in that stadium last night, because goodness me, the atmosphere looked absolutely incredible. Well done all of you that were, because I think you did an amazing job. As far as the game goes, I thought we started really well. Raheem Sterling sets the tone. There's a lot, I think, going to be said about Raheem Sterling now and in the next few weeks and months. But he sets the tone in big games. He's fearless. His ability to run at players and to set the tone for a game, I think, is so important. And we were really good the first 5-10 minutes. That said, Denmark came back into the game incredibly well. I was really impressed by them, but it wasn't a massive surprise, because they've played really good football through the pitch throughout the course of the Euros, particularly after that first game. And I mean, Dalsgaard's goal was, I thought, a brilliant free kick. You could pick holes a little bit in Pickford's positioning, but it was an incredibly well executed goal. There hasn't been a goal like that scored this tournament, and I think that tops off a really good tournament for Dalsgaard, because his pace and his ability to run at players and to make things happen in the opponent's half has been key for them. I thought they controlled probably the next maybe half of the first half, I would say, from sort of 10-15 minutes on until the last 10 minutes of the first half. And then obviously the response from England was amazing. You know, I said in my last video after the Ukraine game that the one question that England hadn't answered was what happens when they go a goal behind. And pretty much like every other question that this team and this group have been asked, they answered comprehensively. Not only did they respond in control, they didn't panic, but they also had the presence of mind to create an incredible chance for Raheem Sterling, playing exactly the type of football that they've continued to play throughout the tournament, which is probing, patient, waiting for the opportunity, and then playing and opening teams up when they saw a chance. And that was just so impressive. I mean, I was worried for 2 minutes after Schmeichel made that save, or not that it was really a save, because Sterling hit it right at him. Sterling arrives with such pace in those moments. If you watch the way he runs from 10-15 yards outside the box to run inside his man to get into that position, he's running at such pace that he struggles to control, or struggles those fine details like being able to open his hips and to place the ball into the right hand side of the goal, for example. There, because he's arriving at such pace, he does everything at breakneck speed, and everything is instinctive and reactive. So he just couldn't adjust his body to meet the ball and meet the ball with a good contact and steer it either side of Schmeichel. And to be honest, for 2 minutes, like I say, I was really worried that Kasper Schmeichel was going to define that game. But I shouldn't have been worried, because Harry Kane. What do I say about Harry Kane? He still divides opinion. One of the lads I was watching it with, who's a really good judge of the game, just doesn't like the way Harry Kane plays, and I get it. But I'm coming round to Gareth Southgate's way of thinking. Well, I mean, who isn't really, I suppose, because Harry Kane scored 4 goals. He soaked up the moments last night and showed his experience, winning free kicks in key areas, slowing the game down when he needed to. But in that moment, when he dropped deep, received the ball, managed to get control of the situation, which he hasn't been able to do all tournament, in terms of getting control of the ball and creating half a yard for himself to see a pass and to play forward rather than to play backwards. And what a beautifully weighted ball, what a superbly timed run from from Bukayo Saka. And I thought his first touch had maybe taken him a little bit too far, but he did fantastically. It was superb delivery, and Sterling was there to put the pressure on Kjær, and there we go, we're back in the game. And to be honest, from that moment, I thought it was just inevitable that we were going to win the game. I really did. I mean, I say that, I was watching the game from behind the sofa at times, to tell you the truth, because you know we just had so much possession. I was just, again, like that English mentality, worried that we were going to get hit on the counter-attack. But we deserved it. We deserved it. I don't really care about the penalty. I thought there was a penalty at the other end, to be honest, which we didn't get. Yeah, who cares? It is what it is. I don't think Denmark were hard done by. Kasper Schmeichel was man of the match. What an outstanding goalkeeper and presence he is. Talk about the England team. Kyle Walker once again was magnificent, absolutely magnificent. From the first actions in the game when he had to defend, to the very last minutes when he was in complete control of the ball. His recovery runs from the right back area were outstanding. When we went to a 3, he was superb, controlled. What a tournament that guy's had. He has been incredible. He's right up there for player of the tournament for me. John Stones and Harry Maguire were outstanding. Luke Shaw grew into the game. I thought he started a bit slow, as a few players did, Calvin Phillips as well, maybe, and Declan Rice, but all of these players just grew into the game, and they've got an unflappable confidence and an unflappable belief in themselves, and a resilience when things are going wrong, or when just slight moments they don't quite have control of. They find a way to get control of them quickly. I thought, I've said, already, Raheem Sterling, his final action isn't always perfect, but wow, what a difference, what a threat he is. Opponents fear him, and that's what English football fans need to understand about Raheem Sterling. We don't win football matches because we don't create the moments if we don't have a Raheem Sterling in the team. It's as simple as that. Look at how many key actions he's had in the games in this tournament. That's facts. That's facts. We've all got opinions about whether we like his game or not, but what you can't deny is what he's done and what he's achieved throughout the course of this tournament. I've already said Harry Kane did really well, and every other player in their own performances got up to 6 or 7 or 8 out of 10, and that's what you need to win football matches. And Pickford was to me a bit excitable, probably throughout the game, but when that moment when he pulled off a fantastic save down low to his right, when it turned out that they were actually offside. I think it was Dalsberg was offside, but fantastic shot, and he showed his reactions, he showed his presence of mind, he showed that he was in control of the key moment, because if he had been onside, then that strike looked destined for the bottom corner. So even for a guy who, like I say, looked a bit excitable and certainly made some mistakes, he did really, really well, and ultimately he came through for his team and for his country when we needed him most, and as all his teammates did. Amazing scenes at the end, amazing to see Gareth Southgate. I was in the Millennium Stadium when Middlesbrough won the one and only trophy after so many years of waiting for a trophy, when we won the Carling Cup, and me and my family were cheering that man when he did what he did in front of the crowd last night. I went up to the Borough fans and he gave it a fist pump, and it wasn't over exuberant. He didn't milk it for ages. He just went and did it with kind of that presence that he has, and to see him do that in the first semi-final we've got through in my lifetime, just so pleased for him. Listened to Steve Holland's podcast the other day. He talked about the qualities of this group, and it's about people. Let's forget about football for a moment. It's about people, it's about leadership. The leadership that Gareth Southgate and his team and his technical body have produced, and the leadership of the players. He talked about the core players that have come from 2018 all the way through to this moment now. Also talked about the bond between the young players and the older players, the support that people like Jordan Henderson have given people like Jadon Sancho as an example. And he also talked about the Conor Codys of this world, who probably won't get a minute in this tournament, but has trained like a demon, and has acted and spoken like a captain in that dressing room. And every single one of those players seems to be together, and it's down to leadership, it's down to values, it's down to just an incredible leader in Gareth Southgate, because it starts with him. So well done, Sir Gareth. Whatever happens in the final against Italy, to be honest, I'm just in awe of what they've done. I think everyone is now. I think everyone's converted to his methods, to his thinking. Whatever team he picks, to just, as a keeper, I'm starting to say quite a lot now. Harry Kane's proven me wrong. Kyle Walker, who I've criticised over the years, has not proven me wrong, but he's just improving and improving all the time. And Gareth Southgate himself is improving. And I think the humble guy that he is would probably say that he needs to continue to improve. That's just the way he is. So I hope everyone in England, every England fan, everyone interested in England is just as ecstatic as I am. How good does football make you feel on days like this and days like last night? Italy are going to be a tough challenge. Great team. I think I can see it being a tight game, but I could also see England blowing Italy away. That's where I think we're at now, in terms of if we were able to get an early goal or get a little bit of daylight between us and Italy. I think this team's mentality, absolute ruthless mentality in terms of how they manage football matches, it's a possibility that we could do that. But even if we go out there and the occasion gets to us, which I doubt it will, but even if things go against us and we end up losing that game, whatever happens, I'm super proud of this team. I'm just hopeful that they get the trophy, get the tournament win, and get the reward that they deserve, because they have been magnificent. So thank you, Gareth Southgate. Thank you to this group of players and staff. And last few days of this tournament, let's milk it for every moment.